Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. What I thought I'd do today is look at something called liquid chalk, which I found transformational. You might think, why would you be interested in liquid chalk? Well, if you look at this particular bottle, it says it's good for climbers and for weightlifters. What it does, it basically increases your grip. Why would somebody who's into running, for example, want to increase their grip? Well, that's because maybe running, all sorts of runners could benefit from some weightlifting. And we'll discuss that, why that might be the case in a few moments' time. But what I thought I would do is get a little bit of this and just show you what it does to your hands. I've given it a good shake, and you'll see there's my hand there. I'll just put a little bit down there in my hand, not an awful lot. Just put the bottle there for a minute. And what I'll do is I'll just rub it in my hands like that. There we go, a bit slimy, wet stuff, etc. Yeah, turn my hands over and just let it dry for a moment so you can wave them in the wind. It'll dry much quicker. So why would runners want to do weightlifting? Well, there's, I suppose, 4 or so good reasons, and you can look these up on the web. There's lots of evidence around them from a research perspective. But firstly, weightlifting can increase your VO2 max. VO2 max means you process oxygen much more efficiently. That means you can become a much more efficient runner. So weightlifting is very good for that. Secondly, if you're doing things like squats and deadlifts and clean and jerks, the big compound exercises, that can strengthen your legs. And you've got a combination then of what you call fast and slow twitch muscles. That makes your legs generally stronger, which gives them much more endurance. And it also gives you that finishing kick at the end, which a lot of other people won't have. So you can really dominate at the end of a race, for example. That's a great feature of doing weightlifting, maybe squats for your legs. Another aspect, of course, is that it can help you avoid injuries. So your legs are generally stronger, your ankles are generally stronger. That means you're generally less prone to injury, and actually the evidence suggests it also helps you manage pain and manage discomfort that may arise through other causes too. And finally, another great aspect of, I'm just trying to let these dry off underneath here. Another great aspect of weightlifting, of course, is that it can change your body composition. So there's an awful lot of evidence out there about the high interval, high intensity element of weightlifting actually really contributing to fat loss and changing your body composition. If you're one of those runners that doesn't want to get big and doesn't want to get huge from weightlifting, don't worry about it, because one sure way of making sure that your weights do not result in muscle, huge muscle gains, is to do lots and lots of cardio. So you heavy cardio runners aren't at risk of that, but all the other benefits will arise and will ensue. And if you look and research and speak to anyone really in the know, you'll find out that actually a bit of weight training, the big compound exercises, like I said, squats, deadlifts, clean and jerks, those sorts of stuff, really good for strengthening your core, strengthening your back, strengthening your legs, and improving your overall running. Now, I do a lot of deadlifts, for example. I'm a big fan of deadlifts. I don't know why, but I was stumbling with my grip. And somebody said to me, have you tried chalk? No, it's messy. No, it's not messy these days. You get liquid chalk and you rub it on your hands, and then all of a sudden you find, whoop, your hands are like this. It's fantastic. Now, what I found was that I was able to increase my deadlift in a period of about 3 weeks, just over 3 weeks, by almost 20% through nothing more than just adding chalk. And all of a sudden, my grip was great. And this is fantastic because for a gym, if you use a public gym, it's brilliant. It's very clean stuff. It's very difficult to rub off and come off. It's very, still isn't dried in between my fingers, but it's marvelous. You wouldn't maybe need to apply quite so much as this if you were in a situation where just you're doing deadlifts, for example. You may want it just from there, kind of downwards and a bit on your thumb maybe. But if you're using those big, heavy Olympic bars, then sometimes people with smaller hands can't fit their hands all the way around. This is just transformational. I cannot recommend it enough in terms of improving. I now fail on deadlifts because of my back, not because of my grip. It's absolutely incredible. Cannot recommend it enough. Little warning though, please. If you haven't done things like deadlifts before and squats, if you want, a little bit of advice, perhaps ask in the description below, in the box below, and I'll do my best to give some advice. But be careful. Start off slowly, because you need to strengthen your ankles, you need to strengthen your wrists and all other sorts of body parts before you stick some weights on those big, heavy compound muscle groups. So start very slowly, get some advice, do your research, do not jump into it. Just make sure you know what you're doing. But if you're having trouble with grip in your weightlifting, whether you're a runner or not. I cannot recommend this enough. Now, of course, you can get it on Amazon, you can get everything on Amazon, can you? But if you're in the UK, I found this in Go Outdoors. It's about £5, and it really has changed everything. Now, just while I'm at it, if you enjoy what you're hearing, please give us a thumbs up and please subscribe. Both those two things really make a huge difference. And let me know down below if there's questions you've got about weightlifting and running, or indeed about weightlifting more generally. I have to say I'm doing less and less distance and a bit more weights these days, only because my son, who's obviously younger than me, is weightlifting, and I just want to make sure, you know, he doesn't get too far. In fact, he's not ahead, and I want to keep it as far, keep it like that as long as I can, which won't be for too much longer because he's getting pretty good. But I'm enjoying myself, and I just need a bit of help. So I just thought I'd take a moment there and tell you about liquid chalk. It has got some kind of alcohol base, so of course you can't go have a sniff of that. Well, it's not that smelly at all, but the alcohol evaporates and just leaves that chalk. It's wonderful. It's not puffy and messy like you get with normal chalk balls. There is a little bit of debris, as you can see on the table, but it easily wipes off. And you just wash your hands when you're done, and it is absolutely transformational. So just a bit of a short video there, just to say, if you're a runner, get some weightlifting into your routine. It's not going to make you into Arnie Schwarzenegger. That just doesn't happen unless you're trying really hard, and in which case you don't want to be doing loads of cardio and running like you guys, but it will help in those other areas of your VO2 max. It'll help you with strengthening your legs. It'll help you with your avoidance of injury, and it'll help you with your body composition. It really will make a difference, and I can attest to that. And if you want some help lifting big, heavy bars for deadlifts and stuff, get yourself some chalk, because that makes a difference too. But once again, folks, and I cannot stress this enough, make sure you put form over vanity, okay? Don't lift the heavy weights unless you can lift them with proper form, and don't lift anything at all unless you know what proper form is. Go and do your research, and stay healthy in the gym, because it's a place where you can get great benefit, but it's also a place where you can get great injury. So take great care. Once again, thanks for looking. Give us a thumbs up. Subscribe if you want any more stuff like this. And also put any comments and questions down in the boxes below. I'll do what I can. And until then, I'll see you next time.